Good afternoon, Kumasi. Time check is 1:15 p.m. on Wednesday, 4th of October, 2023. You are live on Orange 107.9 FM. My name is Francisca Taylor, and this is the Women Lately Show, Conversations Worth Having. I hope you are doing well. How have you been? We've been off Adwa since first week in July, right? That's like a whole 3 months. We've been putting ourselves together, racking our minds around topics that we think you will enjoy and you will learn from. And we are back in the studio and in your homes from now till Christmas time. It's interesting to even think about the idea of Christmas, right, Ajwa? Do you have any plans yet? No, you don't have money. It's going to be fine. Let me know how you're doing. We are live on YouTube this time, on Orange 107.9 FM. That's our name on YouTube. You can comment because the show is streaming live on YouTube. The link to watch is on Facebook if you are used to watching us on Facebook. But yeah, we are back in your studios. It's great to be here. Actually, I missed being in the studio and talking. Someone says, that's where you talk for a living. Yes, I am back talking. And today we are going to be talking about a woman is not a man in a skirt. Sometimes when I post topics that we are going to talk about on the show, depending on the feedback I get from people who see the ad, I know what kind of show we are going to have. And today's topic was one of those. Everybody was like, what kind of topic is that? What are you going to be talking about? It's going to be interesting. You know, those were some of the comments coming up. But we're going to go right into it. A few disclaimers. These are my thoughts, not those of the station as a whole. And so if you agree or disagree, you are welcome to comment and share your opinions as well. So, when I was in pharmacy school years ago, how he's looking at me like, huh? Yes, I'm a pharmacist. Years ago, I completed Ajwa in 2005. That makes it almost 20 years in a few years, right? Even though I'm not that old. But there was a particular course I took called pharmaceutics, and my pharmaceutics lecturer at the time said something that for some reason has stuck with me all this while. You know, there's a way that something that looks not so important can become very important in your life. That's what that comment did for me, and I've kept it till now. I think he meant it to be a joke, but he said that if you are in a pharmacy and somebody walks in with a prescription for FPAC Junior, and you don't have FPAC Junior, don't break a tablet of adult FPAC and give it to the person because half of an FPAC tablet is FPAC Junior. I mean, we all laughed about it, but I got what he was trying to say because those two are totally different products, right? The components are different. They do the same thing, but some of the components in the adult tablets do not work for a child. And when it comes to the issue of men and women, sometimes I feel like we have that thing going on that a man can do what a woman can do, a woman can do what a man can do. We even have a saying to go with it, and we say that what a man can do, a woman can do better. I've never believed in it. That's why I started by saying that these are my thoughts, and I know that some people might have different thoughts and opinions to that, which are all welcome. And so we women have consistently received a subtle push from the society. It's very subtle, but it's there. And maybe some of you men watching or listening might not appreciate it because you might not have the same experience. But for women, we are pushed, sort of, to move different. We are pushed to move masculine. We are pushed to shift into our masculine mode, and it's all going to make sense in a short while. However, staying in our feminine is a position of strength. It's not a position of weakness. Sometimes I feel like anytime we talk about being feminine, a lot of people, including us women, associate it with being weak, associate it with being somebody who can easily be pushed aside, right? And so we don't want to accept that part of us. We want to move more into masculine and do things like men. And then we don't understand why we get the results we do. But in today's episode, I'll be addressing 3 major points or 3 major ideas. The first of these is that a woman has way more value than her sexuality. So we are going to be addressing the non-sexual value of a woman. And then we're going to be talking about us women embracing and staying in our feminine. Remember, I already said that it's a position of strength. It's not a weakness per se. And the third thing I'm going to be talking about is that how we can level up as women. All right? And so we are talking about the non-sexual value of a woman, embracing and staying in your feminine as a woman, and leveling up as a woman. I'm going to explain these points right after this break. Welcome back from the break. This is Orange 107.9 FM. You're live on the Women Lately Show, Conversations Worth Having. John Pedubonsu on YouTube now says, great show. He's joined us again on season 4. Actually, I didn't mention that this is season 4 of the show. And I am excited that we've been on so long, and we've had so many conversations worth sharing. And this is going to be no different. So like I mentioned, we're going to be talking about the non-sexual value of a woman. Society often equates the value of a woman to her looks, her sex appeal, how, her body is, proportioned, whatever. It depends on what you want, right, as the man. But most of the time, the assumption is that men are looking for a certain kind of physical attributes of a woman. The assumption is that if a woman is able to maybe accentuate her backside or get some sort of surgery done to look different, she will have more attention or she will have more of what she's looking for from a man. And this is why young women spend so much time and money. Actually, maybe it's not even young women. Women spend so much time and money and go through even personal risk to enhance their looks. Recently, I saw, it's not even one story, it's more than one, at least, that I have seen, where a woman travels out of the country to go and get some surgery done to look great, and, the surgery goes down. It goes downhill. And some of them, unfortunately, lose their lives. You wonder why they would go through that length to look that way. It's for the other gender. It's for men to look at them and appreciate them, in a particular way. So we have BBLs. Right now, these are things that are everybody is asking for the price. People are saving up for them, breast augmentations, etc. But the point I want to make this afternoon is that as a high-value woman, you should actually be offended if a man only sees you as a sex symbol. As a high-value woman, you should be offended if all a man sees when he sees you is a sex symbol. If a man ignores your brain, your vision, your talents, your gifts, your experiences, and your presence as a woman, and all he sees is someone that he can, have fun with, you should be offended. A conscious, evolved, and high-value man knows that there is more to a woman than her looks and her sexuality. John Bedubunso, I see you. He says, very great show. In fact, greater show, bombastic show. Okay, maybe those are the new words for the season. Now, don't get me wrong. There is a place for a woman's sexuality, but there is also a limit to it. There is a place for a woman's sexuality, but there is a limit to it. There's only so far you can go with a BBL. Only so far you can go with all the augmentations and all the things that we do with our body, the nails, the lashes, all the things. There's a joke I saw recently, I think I saw it on Instagram, where a lady sat on somebody's motor, and because the person was speeding, have you seen it? Her wig came off, her eyelashes came off, all her parts, the parts of her body came off, right? Because everything was artificial. But there is more to a woman than just her sexuality, and that's what I want us to deliberate on this afternoon. The fact that a man is sexually attracted to you does not necessarily mean he loves you. Today I'm going to break tables. That's what the Nigerians say. I'm going to break tables. Forgive me in advance. A man can be in love with your body and hate your person. That is the definition of misogyny. A man can be in a relationship with a woman he hates, do all the things he does with her, and still hate her as a person. And so you should know that definitely there is more that he's looking for beyond that. As a woman, you are more than your sexual abilities. You are more than your sexual capacity, and you are more than your body. And we women have to hold ourselves to a higher standard. I'm speaking to women now, but I will soon be speaking to men. And I hope that when it gets there, you guys would appreciate it as much as you are now. The true value of a woman is internal. What is the true value of a woman? I know that of late, there's also been discussions around the topic, what does a woman bring to the table? Men have been asking that question a lot. And I find that sometimes when that question is asked, most women are quick to talk about their academic pursuits and maybe the money they have or something. But still, it goes beyond that. Before I talk about the true value of a woman, you can join the discussion on WhatsApp. The number to join us on is 0548-501-584, 0548-501-584. We are talking about a woman is not a man in a skirt. Ajua, are we opening the phone lines at any point? Okay. I'll mention the phone lines after this. A woman is a man's partner in dominion. What do I mean by that? If a man wants to take on the world, he needs a woman. If a man, and in place of man, I'm going to use the word king. A king has a lot on his agenda. A king is not only thinking about sex. And so if you're a woman and that's all you have to offer, we are going to have a problem. Because when all that is done, there you are with no value, nothing to add to the conversation, nothing to add to the journey. A man needs a woman he can trust. He needs a woman who will stand with him when life happens. And we all know that life happens to all of us, in spite of your planning and all the things you do, life will still happen. And when life happens, you want somebody who's going to be able to stand with you and not just be in it because I've brought my body and that's all I have. A woman's value goes beyond her age. Her value goes beyond her weight. I've heard discussions between even sometimes spouses where a man is looking down on his wife because she's a certain weight. Her value has nothing to do with her weight. It has nothing to do with her age. A woman's value goes beyond the number of children she has. A woman's value also goes beyond the children she doesn't have. So for the ladies who sometimes think that because you don't have children, some women are more woman than you, please, it's not true. A woman's value is internal, and nothing external can take away from that value. A woman is a man's rest. I know that some of the feminists are going to come for me. Again, I saw a discussion where somebody said, I cannot be anybody's rest. Maybe you should not be in a relationship if you can't be the person's rest. Maybe you should be alone. There's nothing also wrong with that. See, your man is not supposed to be stressed around you. I'm going to say it again. Your man is not supposed to be stressed around you. Your man should not have anxiety about coming to you. When I'm coaching, some of the things I hear include the fact that sometimes some people want to go home very late so that by the time they go, their wives are so tired that they are asleep, so that they don't interact with them. And whatever normally happens will happen, right? Your interactions with your man should be positive most of the time. I didn't say all the time, but most of the time, your interactions with your partner should be positive. A woman is a man's multiplier. We've all heard this expression that a man gives the seed and the woman will grow the seed, and create a baby out of it, right? A man will give a house. A woman will make a home or unmake it, with what she does. And so a woman is a multiplier. As I'm speaking, I want both men and women to think about what I'm saying. If you're a woman, are you bringing your internal qualities to your relationship? Are you bringing rest to the relationship? Or are you the kind of woman that your husband is always running away from, right? A woman is her man's greatest barometer of his manhood. Let me explain. A woman is a reflection of her man. And so, if your woman is emotionally unstable, it's on you. If your woman is looking physically drained, it's on you. As a man, your woman is an expression of you. A woman is also a man's chief intercessor. We all know that a lot of men might not maybe have time to do all the spiritual exercises and stuff, and they depend on their women to do that for them. Again, if someone says, and all these things I've seen before, people say that if you can't wake up and pray for yourself, I can also pray for you. Are you sure you're supposed to be in a relationship? Because if you don't want to be, it's not by force. A woman is a man's prize. I feel like these days the men are becoming the prize. Do you know what I mean? The men are becoming like almost extinct, and the women are scrambling for the men's attention. It's not supposed to be that way. A woman is a man's prize. And so I'm going to leave you to think about these things that I mentioned while we go on another quick break, and I will be back before you know it. Okay, welcome back from the break. This is Orange 107.9. You are on the Women Lately show, Conversations Worth Having. This is episode 1 of season 4, and we're going to be with you from now till when, Adwa? Till December, right? So we are talking about a woman is not a man in a skirt. I want us to own our role as women, excel in our role as women. And if we do, we'll actually find that what we have is greater than trying to be what we are not. It's like being good at a subject and being excellent, or you can spend time polishing up that subject in which you are an A+ student, and you are going to take on the world. And so the point I want us to understand this afternoon is that no matter how masculine we become as women, at best, we are going to be B+ men. We can never be men, even if we are masculine. But if we polish our femininity, if we upgrade our femininity, we can get to a point where we would find out that it's actually a strength disguised as a weakness. I want us to discuss what makes a woman flourish in her femininity, because it does not happen in a vacuum, right? If you want to join the show, you can do that on WhatsApp. The number to join us on is 0548 501 584, 0548 501 584. Because it's going to be a relatively short show today, I'm going to put the phone line out there as well. If you want to contribute to the show, you can do that by calling 0541 022 318, 0541 022 318. Let's talk about what a feminine woman needs in a relationship. As a man, you are responsible for unearthing and nurturing the feminine capacity of your woman. I'm going to go slow. As a man, you are responsible for unearthing and nurturing the feminine capacity of your woman. You are responsible for unearthing the feminine qualities of your woman. You are responsible for unearthing the feminine attributes of your woman. Because the essence of every woman is femininity. We don't struggle to do that. We are sort of born with it. We carry the seed of femininity. But every woman also has a bit of masculine in her. And so if she's in a relationship where she does not feel or she does not experience certain things, she's going to switch full mode into her masculine. And she's going to have problems with you. Because then it's going to be like, why is she taking over my leadership? Why is she, all the things that happen between us? The feminine is a state of being, while the masculine is a state of doing. What do I mean? Feminine energy is not something that is all over the place, always doing stuff. But masculine is doing. That's why even today, I was telling my boss, when you tell men your problems, they want to give you solutions. Sometimes you don't want solutions. And he said, your man is not, what did he even say? Your man is not your girlfriend, right? Right? So for us women, we live a lot in our feelings. We live a lot in being. While for men, they want action, they want results. I'm not saying that women do not also want action, because I feel like every time we bring this discussion up, people take very entrenched positions, right? Are you trying to say that women? No, that's not what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to tell you that you are better off developing your feminine energy, and you're going to get more results than trying to be a man, because a woman is not a man in a skirt. The quality of the man you are with will have a great impact in your ability as a woman to rest in your feminine. I didn't say to be in your feminine. I said to rest in your feminine. The quality of the man you are with will have a great impact on your ability to rest in your feminine. Your man cannot make you happy, but he can create an environment for you to be happy. In the same way, when men say that a woman should be my peace, a woman cannot be your peace, but she can create a peaceful environment for you to be able to achieve all the things that you want to achieve. When you are with the right man, submission is a natural byproduct. So if you are demanding submission, you should know that there's a problem. There's a reason why she's not able to relax enough to be in a submissive mode, because she does not feel safe. What does a feminine woman need to be in her feminine? She needs security. I didn't say she wants security. I said she needs security. Let's talk about that for a while. You see, women eventually will resent a man who does not make them feel safe. Today I'm saying a lot of heavy things. I hope I don't get in trouble. Women will eventually resent a man who does not make them feel safe. If a woman is with a man, she wants the man to defend her. Defend her from what? Defend her from people who are not being nice to her. Sometimes that could be your family. Sometimes that could be your friends. Sometimes that could even be you. Some women don't feel safe around their men because the person who is criticizing her most is her man. Look at how you are looking. Look at your stomach. She's sending away to a boom. That is not how you were when I married you. Some of the worst comments that women have heard have come from the people who are supposed to defend them and make them feel safe. And so if you create that environment and you expect her to submit to you, it does not work. It just does not work because she does not feel safe enough to relax enough to submit. Right? Does your woman wonder if you are ever going to come and get her? Again, there's a thing going on Instagram. And by the way, I stay on Instagram a lot. Where they say, call your man, and if you've been abducted, if the man picks, I think they said 3 seconds into the call or something, they will save you. And some of the comments were very sad. Some of the women said, then they'll kill me. Because he's not going to pick up the call. He's not going to check why. Later on, he's not even going to call and find out why I called and whatever. And even though they were laughing in the comments, the truth is that they don't feel safe around you. Some of the women feel safer with their birth parents than they do with their man. And so that is why when their father tells them to do something, they still do it and they don't listen to you because they don't feel safe. They feel like you don't have their back. A woman will automatically ascend into her masculine if her man does not. So if you make her feel like she's on her own, then she's going to show that she's on her own. She has to protect herself. When a man makes a woman feel safe, submission is automatic. The next thing a woman needs to rest in her feminine, she needs to know that she has a purpose in your life. When a woman does not feel like she has any purpose, and I'm using the word feel, right? She shuts off and becomes frustrated. So why do you need her in your life? Sometimes she doesn't know what is going on, whether you are traveling or not. She doesn't know whether you will come back today or not. She doesn't know. Even when you are traveling, she doesn't know how long you are going to stay. She knows nothing. She has no purpose in your life. At the same time, we are saying that she has more value to you than just her sexual abilities or capabilities. And so for her to be able to rest in her feminine, she should have a specific thing that she knows she's doing for you. And that's something you have to communicate. All right? She's not supposed to be in your life wondering why she's there. The third thing a woman will need to rest in her feminine, and this one Again, let's spend some time there. It's affirmation. See, it doesn't matter how confident a woman is, she still needs affirmation from her man. Some men do not remember the last time they affirmed their woman. They leave office husbands to affirm their women. Yes, Ajua, they call it office husband. Some people even know their wife's office husband. They're like, oh, hello, oh, Ajua, office husband in your. How can that be okay? A woman, no matter how confident she is or she looks on the outside, she is still looking for some form of affirmation from her man. That affirmation cannot also come from her pastor or her man of God. It has to come from you. Some men undermine their own women, and then they wonder why the women are not submitting. I want you to consider creating a culture of affirmation in your relationship. There's a way you can affirm your woman to the point that even if whatever she's doing, she's not so great at it, she feels confident still because you are affirming her. Right? And so you have to be intentional about telling her. I mean, sometimes even if it's like almost a subtle lie, you know she's not good at singing, right? But she wants to sing. Encourage her. Don't be the first person to be like, hey, we don't want to hear that voice of yours. No. Affirm her. Make her feel confident. And she's going to blow your mind, really. If you're able to build up your woman and push a lot of confidence her way, she's going to amaze you. And so if you are wondering why you are talking about submission, you are going for counseling, you are reporting her to the pastor and it's still not working, maybe it's because she's lacking affirmation from you. I heard a story once where a woman went to dress up, to I think to impress her husband. They were going out. And it was a story building, so the husband was downstairs waiting for her. This woman spent like an hour dressing up. She came downstairs. The man looked at her and said, oh, is this what you are wearing and you made me sit here for one whole hour? And when they went to the event, everybody was like, oh, wow, you're looking amazing. You're looking amazing. And her husband that she lives with, that she had driven to the event with, felt that he had wasted their time waiting for her to dress up. And you still wonder why that woman starts spending a lot of time talking to other men, chatting with other men, being on her phone a lot, because the affirmation is not coming from you. I'm not justifying if somebody is spending time with another man. I'm just saying that the affirmation should come from you first. I've also heard a story where a woman trying to impress her husband once again made so many different dishes, right? Bit of jollof, bit of fried rice, bit of whatever, different dishes for normal dinner, right? Her husband was coming from work, nothing major, just a normal dinner. And her husband came home and the woman was expecting him to be excited, like, hey, wow, you made all this for me, sample everything. The man looked at the food, right? The whole table, and he just started laughing. Hey, call the houseboy, go and buy kinky for me and let me eat. How do you think that woman is going to feel in a relationship like that? And you are surprised she's not submitting. You shouldn't be surprised. The environment does not allow submission. The next thing, create an environment of accountability. Be accountable to her. You, the man, be accountable to her. Those of you who use your shoulders to block your phones, what are you hiding? And if there's something so scary that you have to hide, are you sure that if the tables were turned, you'd be okay? Be accountable to her and demand accountability from her. I see that sometimes men want to demand accountability, but they don't want to be accountable. It goes both ways. If you want her to be in her feminine, which is her best state of being, for you also to be in your masculine, which is your best state of being, then you have to create an environment of accountability between the two of you. You being accountable to her in all things. I hear sometimes where women especially, in fact, it's both ways. Sometimes women want to do financial transactions on the backside of their husbands, and sometimes husbands also want to do the same, and everybody's pretending, and we still want to have peaceful relationships. The next thing a woman needs to be in her feminine is a climate of progress. Where are we going? Sometimes you are in a relationship or in a marriage and you don't know where the thing is going. Today you are on, tomorrow you are not. Instability is the last thing that is going to create a great environment for a woman. A woman wants to be stable. A woman wants to know where we are going. Some people use that as a means to control the woman. So if I tell her that this is what I want, she's going to misbehave. So today we are on, tomorrow we are not. You're not going to get anything good from that woman because she feels unsafe, she feels insecure, and she feels like any moment you are going to switch on her. Sometimes they even want to do the switching first, right? Because she's not going to wait for you to come and tell her that whatever thing she's building is a fallacy. And finally, what does a woman need to rest in her feminine? She needs consistency. You see, you can only build trust if you are consistent.